Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Mortal Kombat player. And this video is all about the basics of frame data. I made a video on this quite a few months ago, but I kind of wanted to redo it because I wasn't really happy with how it went. And I have quite a few more subscribers now, so I figured, why not make an updated version? So if you're interested in learning about how to read frame data, how to understand frame data, and how to use it to your advantage, then definitely stick around because this video is going to be one you're going to want to watch. So we're basically going to go over three most important ones here. The startup, the block advantage, and the hit advantage. The startup, of course, if you think about it, it's the whole thing is kind of like if you throw a punch at somebody. How long does it take the punch to actually hit them? How long is the what happens if they block the punch? And how long it takes them to recover. So we're going to look at it in a couple different scenarios. So let's start with his back one. His back one is a mid. It's 8 frame startup, and its block advantage is -8. So that's this move here. Pretty fast, especially for a mid, but you can't really stagger it. Now, so because the startup is 8 frames, basically the fastest move in the game is 6 frames. So 8 frames is pretty darn good as far as a mid goes. So if you do that and say they block it, so you look at the block advantage is -8. So that means that they can do a move which startup frames, I'm going to say, is 7 frames or quicker. Simply because if it's like frame perfect, like I couldn't punish this move with this exact same move. It's frame perfect, it doesn't work. So you need to get, if you look at a move and you say it's -8, you need a move that's 7 frames or quicker. And considering 6 frames is really the only, is the quickest move in the game, there's not really a whole lot you can do other than just poke it. However, having said this, even though this move is fairly safe, if I do it and then I do it again, so let's say I just want to do this over and over again, I don't want to have to block. There's 16 frames in between there where you can poke. So you have to take the block advantage, which is -8, and then you add that to the startup advantage of the same, or startup frames of the same move. So the move, you block the move, so that -8, and then they decide to do the same move again, so that's another 8 startup frames. So there's 16 frames there where you can do something. So if they choose to do that, you can do maybe a faster move that starts a combo, or you could jump or use an interactable or something like that. That's kind of where reads come in. You have to read what they're going to do. If they just do that move and they decide to block, then there's not really a whole lot that you can do afterwards. So let's find a move that's plus on block. We're going to use our forward 2. So this move, as you can see, the startup frame is 15, so it's a little bit slower. Not really reactable, but just slower. But it is +2 on block. Now, because it's plus on block, this means that it takes away the startup frames of any move I want to do afterwards. So we look at, where's our down 1 here? Up here. So our down 1 is 7 frames. So if we go to this move, which is +2, and say we do that move, and then we do our down 1 afterwards, that makes our down 1 technically 5 frames, because we had 2 advantage frames from doing our first move on block. So you can do this and that, and because that makes that move 5 frames, there's no pokes, there's no regular attacks that they can do to counter that. Now, that doesn't mean that you have no options. If you have as little as 2 frames, you can do an armored move, you can do an interactable, or you can backdash. All 3 of those moves have invulnerability, or of course armor has armor, as you can probably imagine. So that's kind of where you have to know the matchup a little bit and know what your options are. So if I'm doing this to somebody, boom, boom, that's guaranteed. If you try and poke out of that, that down 1's going to hit you. If you try and armor out of it, then I'm going to get hit because I went for the poke and your armor is going to hit me out of the poke. So I'll show you here. So we'll put Sub-Zero onto reversal mode on and Icy Slide. So if I try to do that exact same strategy against Sub-Zero, I get armored. Now I could use that hit advantage if I think he's going to reverse, and then I can punish him. There you go. 42% just because I thought that he was going to armor, and I made the right read. But he would also, in his unbreakable variation, he'd get a full combo because he made the read right. But most characters now, there's no armored launchers, so he would just get out of the corner in reverse position, which is still very good in this situation. So that's kind of startup frames, block advantage, and then there's hit advantage as well, which is if I actually hit him with a move, which you're almost always going to get a guaranteed move afterwards. So if I do forward 1, if I hit him, I have 14 frames to do whatever I want. Basically, if you get hit by something, just block afterwards. Don't try and reverse, because there's very little times where you would have, less hit advantage. Like his low kick here, you see hit advantage is 6, which isn't really a whole lot. But I mean, his forward 1 is 6 frames startup. So because I have 6 frames of hit advantage, I can do that for free. Boom, 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 like that. And that's kind of how you got to think about the game. And that's like where you find out how to punish things and how to reverse attacks and stuff, is by looking at the frame data. I'll just show you like a super basic one here. So like you saw, Sub-Zero did the slide on me and I punished it. So how did I know how to punish it with? Let's go AI options. No, we don't want to do that. We want to go practice options, controlling player 2. And we go to his Sub-Zero special moves. Let's find Icy Slide. So Icy Slide is minus 22 on block. So if I block that, I have to do a move that's 22 frames or faster to punish it. Now I know what the block advantage is. If I block that move, I have to do a move that's quicker before he recovers. So now we know that it's minus 22. We go back to Mr. Raiden. And we find, look at all these moves. So we go for the startup frames. So the startup frames, yep. Getting close. Probably wouldn't do it, but yeah, startup frames, 21. No, this one will not punish his slide. And that's the big boot. He can block it in time. So I'll just show you here. So we have him reversal, he slides. See, he blocks it before I'm able to punish it. But anything else, yep, there's a punish. Yep, there's a punish. Yep, there's a punish. So that's why I'm looking at my frame data, startup frames. And then, once you found a move that can punish it, what leads into the most damage? So you saw that I did the forward 1, 2, back 2, because it gave me 42% for 1 bar meter. He did an unsafe move, and I got 42% because I knew how to properly punish the move. And that's basically it. I mean, this is why frame data is so important, because it really teaches you the ins and outs and how the game works. So please, if you have any comments about this, because it is kind of confusing, it's kind of math-based, it's not the most fun part of Mortal Kombat, but if you're really serious about being competitive, you need to learn all this stuff. So if you have any questions, post them in the comments below. Subscribe if you like, because we do videos like this all the time. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we will see all you guys in the next video. Welcome to Bonehawk Thursday, where we talk about stuff to get you better at this game, yo. Thank you guys all again. I posted a thread earlier just asking for feedback if you're enjoying the Patreon perks and everything, and everyone seems to be super happy about it, so I'm really happy as well, because it's just trying to add some extra stuff and give you guys some really good games to the next level, some more stuff. So today we're talking about the more complicated things about frame data. I'm going to make a video about this for just